Alright, well, it seems like I'm streaming. So, welcome to For the King here. Alright, so For the King, this is a game that I've already pretty much done a video for. You're going to see that actually tomorrow if you're watching the stream right now. This is essentially a game I kickstarted again on Kickstarter. And it is... how can I put this? It's like a roguelike tied in with like a board game. Like it was like, you know, old board games that you used to play. It's got a lot of interesting elements to it, and you're basically going on a quest to basically do stuff. So, let's get right on that. Now, I'll note that the game isn't really balanced right now, and like only like the easy difficulty is like anywhere near like balanced to what should be, I guess, for like, you know, conceivable play. I think we're just gonna go with a traditional party here. This is these are the characters that you can probably, you know, start off with when you like play the game. This game basically has like a sort of unlock system where you don't have everything available to you right at the start. So initially you only have 4 classes available to you: the Blacksmith, the Minstrel, the Scholar, and the Hunter. We're gonna go with these guys because I think I'm, you know, best suited with them. So we'll call this guy Slam. Actually, we'll call this guy Block because he's a blacksmith. And essentially, notice that all these like names are like, you know, sort of profession type of names. They're not like traditional warrior names, and they're basically like, you know, regular townsfolk is what you're basically sending into your, like, you know, mission here. So Melody, and we'll call you Loose. I can modify, like, you know, their skin colors and stuff like that. I'll note that at this point, they're fixed genders, so you basically have like a female blacksmith here. You have like a female minstrel, a male hunter. If you want to, you can read like the information on what they basically do. So, the blacksmith. Though she lacked experience as a warrior when she answered the queen's call, the blacksmith knows armor well. She can sometimes turn toward an attack, letting her armor absorb what would have been a staggering blow. And that's basically her special ability right there. She can basically turn away blows. She basically starts off with blacksmith hammer and simple iron shield. And she has fairly good, like, you know, vitality and strength, and decent talent. And I'll explain what all these stats are, like, you know, in the game when we get to it. But for now, we'll just, you know, play with it. Alright, my mic cut out there for a minute, but the minstrel is formally educated in the performance of music and the recitation of ballads. Her songs inspire companions to strive for excellence in combat and to ponder well their shared experiences. So she can basically encourage her fellows so they basically do more, like, you know, effective roles, and then she can also do something called Aspire, which basically helps you with like gaining experience, which you'll see when you get into the game itself. I might cut out then again there, I think, for a little bit, but whatever. Now she's basically good at like intelligence and like performance here, so she'll be like my my bard, shall we say. And finally, there's a hunter over here. The hunter is fast, precise, and watchful. He is skilled at avoiding danger while traveling over land or underground, and he attacks with deadly accuracy in combat. So this guy has a ton of skills. This guy's probably like the most powerful at the moment. He's basically got elite sneak, elite trap evasion, energy boost, and called shot. And it shows you, you know, a massive amount of skills basically. And a lot of people will basically swear by using hunters because of the fact that they basically have, like, you know, all this like abilities that they have. Anyhow, let's start. I'll basically show you off what this is all like. So, the brink of chaos. The land of Faerû has enjoyed a golden age of unity and prosperity ushered in by King Bronir, a great hero and a benevolent ruler. Sadly, in Bronir's twilight years, the golden age came crushing to an end. As unnatural forces of chaos began blooming across the land, Bronir was murdered in his palace at the capital city of Perid by a mysterious assailant. The bereaved Queen Rosamond stepped forth to shepherd the people of Faerû through the dark times. With an unknown enemy in their midst, the chaos unleashing an ancient forces of corruption and death, Rosamond's first act was to call upon the heroes of old who had helped Bronir keep the land peaceful for decades. Retired soldiers and knights who took mounted swords down from where they hung over mantles, fetched creaky armor from sheds and cellars, and set out to save the world once more. Before long, these old champions lay dead their valor, having finally failed them. So before long, these old champions lay dead. Their valor had finally failed them. So basically, like, you know, all the old warriors are dead. The one old hero, Rosamund, hope. The one old hero Rosamund most hoped to see was Marshal Vexor, Briner's oldest friend and former court wizard. Vexor was an expert on magic and chaos energy, and he would surely have a theory about these recent threats. But Vexor had vanished years ago, and she could only guess the wizard had met with a dark fate of his own. Rosamund had no choice but to call on ordinary citizens of Pharaoh to accept the great burden, leave their homes, abandon their vocations, and seek throughout the world in search of sources of these troubles. In doing so, in so doing, she had entrusted the survival of her kingdom of the very salvation of the world to the citizens themselves. And though many would surely perish in the quest, the citizens clamored to answer the call of their beloved queen. So yeah, basically, all the old heroes are dead. There's like a hint that there's something going on with this Vexor guy, and you're basically saying ordinary citizens like the Blacksmith and such into the combat. So let's get that going. Rosamund, Queen of Pharaoh. First, the wizard Vexor vanishes. Then my own husband was slain in his palace. You may be the last hope of Pharaoh. Seek out Hillebrand and Woodsmoke. You will be told how to best aid our efforts. Your quest has begun. You must complete within 14 rounds, otherwise our kingdom will be consumed by chaos. And I'll note that this chaos thing is going to be like in this game. It's like there's like a quest deadline. Essentially, this is like a hunger clock that is like associated with like roguelikes. They basically have their hunger clocks, and this is something to make you to keep going and going without like slowing down and such. You don't have time to farm in this game basically. Alright, so Pirate Quest. Go to Woodsmoke and Guardian Forest. Alright, so the first guy to move is my Blacksmith. He is essentially, let's see here. So, I'll note that I basically have to get over to here, and I can move by way of WASD. I might die again, but you can see whose turn is basically up here in like the corner, so there's Block's turn. You also see who's down here is like, going by like the guy in the middle. Now, before I do anything, I'm actually going to go into town here. And this is like sort of like, kind of like a Final Fantasy type of thing, but you can go into here and you can basically like buy stuff. So, we're going to buy a God's Beard. And God's Beard is basically like a healing item in this game. You basically have herbs for like healing stuff. You have like herbs for like, focus, which I'll explain later on. You have Scholar's Wart, which basically is your experience. You have something to relieve poison. You all have items and stuff like that. We'll worry about items later on, though, so whatever. There's also services, and this will be, coming to play later on. But for now, we're just, just going to try and get onto this quest. Now, note that I can pick up side quests as well, so I can have like, let's see, what's this one? Delivery. Offering a small reward to deliver a sealed letter to the cabin near a lonely inlet. So, alright, so basically I can deliver a letter to get some gold. If I go after a scary ghost and get myself a treasure map, let's go after the scary ghost maybe. Alright, so if I go after a scary ghost here, I get like some bounty for it, so maybe I'll do that. It'll take up his full turn to go over here, but it's a start, I guess. Now, notably, these guys are level 2, and my guys are level 0. It's probably not good to go after them just right now, actually, so we'll maybe avoid that for now. Alright. There's a sanctum down there. I'll explain what those are about. Basically, they, like, help you to, like, avoid stuff and basically give you some benefits, as you can see. So maybe I want to hold off on getting that. There's a lonely inlet, so that's where I could have taken my delivery quest if I wanted to do that one. Alright, let's move my guy down here. I got a couple extra movement there, that sometimes happens. And I think I'm going to... let's move over here for now, next to this guy. So these guys on the map, these are like enemies I can fight, they're like monsters, so you have like the Timberwolf, you got like a Dark Pro Swarm. And you'll notice that basically like they're all different levels, so initially I'm going to fight like level 0 guys here, but eventually I'll fight stronger guys too. Now, I'll note that if I want to, there's actually like game options in this game. I actually have it set off so like, I don't auto my turn. You could actually have to auto in your turn when you guys run out of this movement, but I don't like that, so I just keep it off. There's a tutorial mode if you want, just auto on in the background if you need it. Blah blah. Now note that this game is in early access if you haven't caught on to that yet. It's only like recently coming out of early access too, so there's still like some bugs and lots of bugs to basically worry about. But I'll basically play through it as far as I can. Alright, you are going to march your way over to help out the blacksmith, I guess, so... Send you over here. I found a deep pool. The water is terribly deep. Something glimmers at the bottom. Alright, so... Basically, when you get like these encounters, you like basically test your stats against like these, so... I can't really see what this guy's stats are, but basically, if I attempt this, I can use my foot, I can basically like, I really wish my mic would stop cutting out, but it's a really bad day right now. It's raining and stormy and all that, so it's just cutting into my stuff. Anyhow, basically these are like stat chests. So my stats basically measure up depending like like how high are for like my chance to basically get them off. So if I like roll in my vitality and get successful 3 times, I'll basically gain an item here. But we'll actually skip that for now. We'll have my blacksmith do it because he's got more vitality. And before I do anything, basically, if you look at my stats, you basically see that these guys all have different stats. So this guy has like a vitality of 66. This guy's got vitality 50. He's got vitality 80. And for when like those tests come up, you basically test your stat against it to see if like you'll like get a successful outcome or negative outcome and stuff like that. And now let's just jump into combat here with like this guy here. Now, how this game works. Basically, you enter combat, you'll basically have like, this battle radius, and anyone inside this radius will be like joining you with that battle. So right now I'm basically going to fight this Beastman Warrior, and he'll be the only one who basically fights us. My guys are in the combat radius, and he's the only one with it. So fight. And here we go. My hunter's the first to attack, so we'll have him just go for it, and then we failed one roll there, so we got a little bit less damage. That's basically how the combat rolls work. Basically, if you get a good like roll like that, you'll basically get lots of damage, and if you don't, you just won't. Okay, let's try and dazzle this guy. I have a 73% chance of doing it. So he blocked it. Now I could taunt this guy. Taunting will basically make him a target of my blacksmith before anyone else, so let's do that. Oh, I failed. That's something to note, by the way. You actually like have to like do like a test for everything in this game. So if I want to attack, I basically have to like test these rolls to see if I get it or not. There's encourage going off. Basically, when she does encourage, you have like a successful roll for sure on one of those rolls, which is nice. My rolls are not being too great here, which is not good, but oh well. There's another little bit of damage. Now, if I use my blacksmith to attack here, I'll probably finish off the Beastman Warrior, so let's do that. Oh yeah, completely killed it. So there's a battle for you. Basically, you do dice rolls. Sometimes you can have like up to 3 enemies fighting your guys, and sometimes if your guys are out of range, you won't get them all into combat either. So you gotta watch out for that. Now, basically, this like you saw with her, she basically had a skill called encourage. That basically like gives you like a successful roll on one of your rolls. And if I leave her right here next to like these guys, she's actually gonna give all experience boosts. So watch this. Basically, I'll end my turn, and she'll inspire my other guys to get some experience. Alright, so I want to note something, by the way. You'll notice that this guy's got a yellow hacks by like target down here. And again, by the way, if I was to target this guy down here, I still get this hunter inside, even though like he's outside the red radius. Some of your characters will basically have support weapons, like the hunter. His bow lets him support combat from farther, so he can actually like join my combat from farther away if he wants, which is nice. And just to show off what his camp is like, let's just attack this here. So I'm going to fight 3 guys at once here. A Beastman Warrior, a Beastman, and a Beastman Raider. Of these guys, I think this guy's probably the toughest, so... my first attack. Now, I haven't been doing it, but I actually use like this focus down here, basically like, you know, make successful rolls on Mac. So if I want to, I could go to this guy and be like, I want to make sure I get my hit on this guy. Let's go in here and we're just going to go like this. You'll see that this has changed to 100%. And essentially, I'm using my focus here to make sure that I get my attack off in this guy. So if like I put the focus in here, and by the way, if you like, you know, just do that, you can like get rid of your focus if you don't want to do that. But we're gonna make sure we stun this guy for sure. So go for it. Whoops. All right, they actually changed around the system apparently. So you can actually get rid of the focus, but I didn't even do that right really. All right, well the guys took a little bit of damage there. You're gonna taunt and get their attention so they don't attack my guys anymore. So there's encourage. So you got full damage on him. Okay, let's do this right. Let's go like this. There we go. So I just stunned the big guy right there, so he can't do anything for a turn. Stuns basically skip the guy's turn. And you just saw a steadfast there that basically made him avoid the damage there for a moment. The Blacksmith. Now, it's worth noting that guy just took some damage over time from bleeding. Basically, there are status ailments in this game, and right now this guy's bleeding to death, so you gotta watch out for that. You know, the status effects sometimes. You see it right over here on his left, but I don't have my my thing like, you know, expanded up, you know, far enough because I basically have like this chat box over here so I can see if people are chatting in my thing or not. Alright, let's see here. I want you to taunt again. And we'll use the focus to try and make sure we get a better chance of getting it, so he's just going to taunt again. Let's finish off this guy. So there's a kill. My Blacksmith got attacked again. Now, it's worth knowing that this like bride here, she basically has access to like a magical damage attack. Basically, magic damage will basically check resistances instead of armor. So if I want to like bypass this guy's armor, I'll just use a normal magic attack like that, and it works quite well. All right, let's see here. If I do a regular shot like this, I have a 78% chance of basically killing him because he's only got like, you know, so much attack. So if I use like this, I'll probably kill him outright with like, you know, the armor pierce if I do that as well. I figure I was going to go with a regular attack here, and that's not enough to do anything because he failed twice in the other rolls, which is unfortunate. Alright, let's have you just finish this guy off maybe. So he's out of the way. My guys are taking a little bit of damage and that's kind of bad, but we'll live through this encounter. Okay, there goes the Beastman. So that's basically a camp I just attacked right there. Camps are basically a little bit more, you know, different than shall we say than the other stuff if you attack it. If my mic would stay on, I'd be able to say something here. But anyways, alright, is this staying on? Hopefully so. So here's a dusty book I just collected, and sorry about like the absence of voice there. I basically had a problem with like my thing cutting off constantly here. This dusty book is a magic type of item that like, you know, intellectuals will basically use, and it's text like intelligence basically. I'm gonna give it to her, and I'll probably show it off in a bit. But we'll stuck with the loop for now, I think. And you can just equip those. So if there was like a battle of a camp, those are usually, you know, you have to be very careful of them, but whatever. And I want you to go where? So I want my blacksmith to basically keep going up in this guy's direction, so... I'm gonna use a focus. By the way, you can use focus on like the world map to get like extra moves. So we're gonna focus ourselves to get over here. And that'll get me in range of these guys to attack them. Now, I'll note by that there's different biomes in this game. Like right now I'm in the Guardian Forest, which is like the first biome. And like down here is like the fields, which is like another one. If you look over here, there's like a poison bog, and you'll see like the enemies are gonna get a lot more stronger when I get over here at some point. Alright, let's see here. Something I'm thinking about doing. I'm going to have this guy use a focus. I forgot about this tool over here, but whatever. We're going to have my hunter come over here. And I'm actually going to get him to use something called a tinder pouch. It was basically set up like a camp for my guys to basically get health back. So I'll do that, and then he can just rest here and get like his health back a little bit. And her, let's have her join him in the camp to basically heal up for now, because I basically have it. Notice I better get my focus back too when I do that, so that's a nice thing about the camps. And why not, let's make sure all my guys heal up. So let's rest here. And there we go. Now I'll note that in the background over here you can see like my KS timer is counting down. This is something that people have complained about in this game because you basically don't have a whole lot of time to do a lot of stuff in this game. But anyways, let's just attack this guy now, I guess. Yeah, I'll attack you. Now I'm gonna have to fight this forest troll over here as well, which is gonna suck. If Alright, I'm gonna basically fight this forest troll if I fight this guy, like if we do this fight here. But something I can do is actually ambush him. Ambushing will give me like a chance basically to avoid attacking this guy. So we're just gonna ambush this guy. And we don't have to worry about the forest troll down there. That's something you can do. You can like pick out a guy with like, focus and ambush him like that. Notice by the way, he also gets a lot of free attacks on this guy too when I do that. We'll stun him so he can't do anything, and then we'll kill him. Actually, you should use focus a lot in this game because it basically makes stuff a lot easier for you, and if you don't use focus, you're just gonna, fall horribly later on. Bloodbird swarm. Those aren't friendly. Alright, so Hildebrand, Royal Agent. Always good to see new faces join the quest. I am Hildebrand, the Queen's Agent overseeing things in the Guardian Forest. Things are bad here, really bad. All signs point to some evil folk hatching a plot underground. The deepest caves in the region are accessed through the deep glittering mines, but they've recently been sealed with dark magic. My forces have spotted a strange contraption in the Guardian Forest. Go investigate it. I think it might be I think it's our best lead. Alright, so that's my job, basically go over there now. Now, since I basically made the town here, I can do some stuff. If I want to, I can visit their town market and buy stuff. So I can buy, like, some Godsbeard. And if I want to, I can access services as well, but I don't really need them because, like, I basically use the camp. So we're just going to leave it. And we'll start making our way back over to, over there, I guess. Alright, this camp's gonna... I'll note, by the way, these safe camps don't last, like, forever. They do eventually go away. But it's not gonna go away for a little bit, I don't think, so... Let's go over here. The mysteries of Pharaoh are seemingly endless. You have stumbled upon a luring pool. Alright, the luring pool is actually kind of a really special thing, but I'll, basically show it off later on. We also apparently stumbled across a weapons merchant. Interesting. Alright, so the cult device. Your head swims and your eyes ache as you watch the turning in a strange machine. Its dread motion must be stopped. Alright, so this is basically another, like, test. Basically, I have, like, a 65% chance, basically, of getting this right. And I basically test my intelligence. So what we're going to do, we're just going to basically put one focus in here to basically make sure I get it, more or less. And there we go. Alright, so Book of Lore. So, books of lore are basically used to basically unlock stuff. Basically, you got, like, this unlock store in this game, and you use, like, the books of lore to basically unlock stuff as you progress through. So, let's collect that. Great work! Don't think twice about leaving your junk in my forest. Looks like those Purple Road folks didn't appreciate us breaking their big toy. I say it's time we formally introduce ourselves. Best prepare for a good fight. Alright, so we got ourselves a fight on our hands. And before we get to that fight, I'm actually thinking I'm going to go up to this alluring pool, basically do my, vitality chest, because I didn't do that yet. So let's go over here. And basically, I've got, like, a much higher chance, if you can see, of doing stuff. So we'll just put a focus in here and gain an item. And there's the lightning staff. That's a magical item for using if you want to, like, attack people, I guess. So we'll collect that. And we'll end our turn. Alright, I want you to go up here. I'm going to use a focus to basically move him all the way over here, so he's basically right there, and basically have my Minstrel come up and experience these guys again. Basically, grabbing your experience for your other guys is really important in this game, so I can get them leveled up, basically. Alright, well, let's go up here. And let's end our turn right there. Oh, she only inspired the other one. Oh well. That happens, as you can probably guess. Alright, I want you to go this way. The mysterious Pharaoh is seemingly endless. You have stumbled upon a dark cave. And apparently you came across a devious enchanter. So I can't focus for this, because, like, this guy tests my luck. A scruffy wild-eyed man suddenly appears. I have a game for you, traveler. So, I basically have a 6% chance to lose all my gold, 25% chance to lose a turn, 38% chance for nothing, and then I can gain gold and the other stuff. So let's attempt. Ouch! Well, I just lost all my gold. It's not too bad losing it all early on, but it sucks nonetheless I lost it like that. Now, this dark cave that's popped up is a dungeon. You can enter dungeons if you want to basically try and get some experience. So, I might look into that in a bit. We'll see. Actually, perhaps I'm looking at it now. Why not? Let's go into the dungeon. So I'll enter my party, and we'll see how I do. Alright, so we're going to fight some guys. They're all level 1. And the bats are getting attacks off first, which sucks, but oh well. Now, I'll note that certain weapons will sometimes do more damage to certain enemies. This guy's bow will actually do more damage to, like, bats, as you can see. Which is good. Because I'll basically kill the bats faster with him. Alright, I want you to maybe stun this guy. So he can't do anything for a turn. And let's try smashing this guy. Didn't get a full kill, but oh well. We got a good amount of damage there. Ouch. Yeah, that guy can hurt quite a bit, so we gotta watch out for him. There goes that bat. How would you finish off the bat? And I took another attack there, but oh well. We'll do a snipe shot. It failed, but oh well. There's a little bit of damage. Smash him. Now, I'll note that the developers basically have a sort of idea that your guys aren't trained warriors. They're basically like just average townsfolk, so they're a lot, less skilled at hitting your enemies than enemies at hitting you. So these guys have better dice rolls than me at the moment. And it's going to basically stay that way for like the entire game, more or less. But there we go, the first encounter's done. I'll get some experience for all that. And the hunter apparently leveled up, which is cool. And we got ourselves a Dead Lotus, a plant who will curse those who use it for save offshore for a certain time. We'll collect that, sure. And let's go on. Now up here you can basically see your dungeon progress. I just got through like the first one right there. And we're now on like the second pip. And here's a treasure chest out in the middle of nowhere. Now you want to be very careful opening treasure chests because they can sometimes have very bad things in them. So if like I open this like say if like the hunter. Oh look, it's going to be just regular gold. Well, I was lucky. It's possible you can get mimics in this game, just so you know, and you can get them anytime. Basically, you like find a treasure chest. We'll equip that. You can equip that. The nice thing, by the way, is that I'm basically getting lots of good equipment right now, which will be helpful. Ooh. Now I have to watch out for a cupper, so you can actually steal from me if I'm not careful. Alright, now note that this bone trickster has something called like a purple free up here. This guy can actually resist magic a little bit, so he's better like be taken out by physical attacks. Just to throw it out there. So there's an attack on him. So if I like use an alto on this guy, it's gonna suck and not really do much. But let's just go with this. And he just blocked that because of an entire fail. And there's an area attack from him, that kind of hurt. Alright, let's taunt. And yeah, I really suck at these rules apparently today. There's a critical, those can happen sometimes. There we go. So we're stunned. Oh yeah, this guy's immune. Note that this guy has like a bunch of immunities here, so I actually didn't check for his immunities, and then he basically like, you know, staved. I know that this guy has immunities up there, and one is actually immune to stun, so I actually couldn't stun this guy when I tried, which sucks, but oh well. Alright, this guy got called shot there. Called shot's a special ability this guy has that basically lets him sometimes get like, you know, an instant perfect shot on this guy, which is nice. Anyhow, let's have my blacksmith go after this guy here. Get a little bit of damage on the Chaos Acolyte. And you can just finish this guy off with that. So there goes the Bone Trickster, the mage. Uh-oh. So this cupper's just stole a little bit of money there. Alright, so yeah, basically Cupper's there. He stole some money from my ranger there. That's something like the sort of thievery type of classes can do, or enemies can do in this game. I have to kill this guy or he'll basically run away now, so let's focus a shot on him to hurt him a little bit. And I'll try and smash him. And there goes that Cupper, so he can't do anything now. Alright, I want you to try to stun this guy. Which you of course fail, because, you know, my guys love to fail. There's a bit of damage there. There's a critical on me, that really hurt. I did a magic attack there, which basically sort of pierces his you know, resistance, but whatever. You blocked that. This should finish him off. Oh yeah, I'll finish him off. Alright, excellent. We got some gold. I'll basically collect that. We got a teleport scroll, those are useful. Lock picks, those are great for opening up stuff. Now, before I basically proceed, I'll note that this guy is like injured and may not survive the next battle. This is a good time to use a God Spirit, so we'll basically heal up like that. And then we'll proceed. And it looks like I got a chest here, which is nice. So we'll open it up, and we'll get some loot. So we got ourselves 2 books of lore, some lockpicks, a focusing stone. Why not? We'll give Melody more focus, because why not? So Block's turn. The dungeon is clear. Now, I'll note that basically a lot of turns pass while basically in that dungeon, but I got some good experience out of it, so it's all worth it for that, I guess. And now let's go over to attack this guy over here, so let's do that. Alright, the Pipesmith. You think something must be on fire until a pipe's smoking merchant starts smiling out of a cloud of smoke. Cool. So, there's something called like a Pipesmith in this game, and you can actually go to him to upgrade your pipes. And that lets me basically, you know, get more of like your herbs, basically do stuff. So let's upgrade our pipe. And here is the bandit camp. You have found the bandit camp, home of the bandit king. So this is basically something called a haunt, and haunts are basically something that, like, you know, get triggered as you get like more chaos. And you haven't really seen that later, but basically it'll be something to explain later on when you start, you know, dealing with chaos. It'll happen later, but for now let's avoid it. Basically that's like, you know, something very deadly to interact with, more or less. Let's go after this Chaos Leader camp, I guess, right now. So fight. Alright, so this is gonna be a quest fight. Up here you can see like it's got a quest objective next to these guys' names. I basically have to kill all 3 of these guys, basically beat these guys. So we'll get through that, I guess. Let's start attacking this guy here. So there's an attack. Oop, he tried to do a swing on me. Let's try to stun this guy so he can't do anything for a little bit. Oop, there's an attack from that guy. An attack from that guy. You know, I'm gonna try to do a shockwave, and this guy's got a lot of focus for it. So let's just use all my focus to basically do that. Basically, on a perfect roll, this guy will basically get something called shockwave off, and I'll basically do extra splash damage on the other guys next to him. So let's just do that. There's a splash attack. And let's just make sure we finish this guy off in this turn. So let's focus a little bit to, you know, kill him. So he's down. And we'll basically go after this guy with... no, this guy. With some focus. Only 1 HP on the guy with shield. You can try and finish this guy off with Solid Strike. And you can finish him off. So there we go. That's the Chaos Bandit, you know, the Chaos guys. I got myself a quest line which basically lets me into Glaring Mines. Build more lore. We got something called an Emerald Dagger, which is kind of interesting. I can basically show what this is all about. And you're gonna collect that. And we got a Feather Hat, which basically boosts up my armor, my max focus, my talent, and my luck. Sure, equip that, I guess. Excellent! You've unlocked the Glaring Mines. Go see what you can find in there. But be careful, I'm sure those shifty folks in robes were up to no good. We'll actually go see what that's about later, but I actually still got some rounds basically to, like, you know, level up a little bit, so we'll do that first. And I think what we're going to do, I'm actually going to give this wooden buckler over to my other guy first, this Melody person over here, as well as this lightning staff, and show them off a little bit. So we'll do that in a bit. And thinking about it, maybe I'll go over to attack something. Note that basically she has like a support item, the loot right there. So I can attack this Beastman if I want to get some experience. But I think what we're going to do, we're actually going to start going over to this guy, I think, at this point. Or maybe I'll get this guy to heal up over here. Healing up sounds actually really good. Let's do that. Alright, so this is something that can happen. You don't always see guys on the map, and sometimes they can ambush you like this. And you basically have to, like, you know, either sneak by them or ambush them or whatnot. I could attack this hag, but it will mean that basically they're going to have to fight her without like the blacksmith in my party. Maybe I'll show that. Let's fight her right now. So notice that I don't have like the blacksmith in my like group here. It's just the hunter and the you know the minstrel basically to attack. And it looks like we'll be able to kill her off easily enough. So, well, let's kill her off. So there goes the hag. We got ourselves a toxic talisman. I'll basically equip that. And my hunter can go on his way. A game of cards. Alright, if I want to, I could try and do a game of cards here. But I probably want to do it with either the blacksmith or the minstrel because they got the higher talent rules. Let's just have this guy go here instead. You can actually do it. So notice that she's got the better value, so attempt. We got ourselves a little bit of gold. Excellent, right? You can go right there. And she actually inspired my hunter over there. Alright, so not to alarm you, but it's getting dark. And if you don't finish the quest soon, we'll really be in trouble. So yeah, basically as time ticks down, I'll basically get warned from Hildebrand here to hurry up. But we won't worry about it too much just yet.